Hi, welcome to On the Cusp
with Alan Sather,
Johnny Whitfield. Today we are going to talk about gas. We're talking mostly about the oil.
Oil,
right?
okay.
The oil created gas.
Yeah.
But so gas is over like $4 a gallon now.
Yeah, I paid like $4.25 the other day.
That's crazy. Absolutely ridiculous.
I've been taking the metro lately.
Yeah, that's a good call. Really good call. But people don't really think about all the different ways that gas gets to be that expensive. And we forget about the taxes on the gas.
Mm-hmm. Taxes.
Then,
transportation.
Also the tax breaks for the oil companies. I mean, they're getting $40 billion a year in tax breaks.
If $40 billion, they could start paying off some debt or
that's
creating more infrastructure or whatever they could do.
That's a lot.
It's a big number.
We'll get more to the taxes stuff later in another episode. But so there's this new thing I read about algae oil.
Okay.
Have you heard about that?
Very, very little.
Okay, so
but it seems like a very cool and interesting topic.
Yeah, it's really great. The scientists have found a way to get oil from algae, the same kind of oil that we're using in our cars to run them, and they can make the algae in a lab.
So it'll run essentially on just a regular combustion engine, just as
exactly as
oil.
It runs today on the oil we drill out of the ground.
Seems pretty amazing.
Yeah, so we could not do that whole drilling thing and dumping gallons into the water.
Right, so how many gallons of oil roughly have there been, oil spills? In the U.S. or the world?
Oil spills. That's
hundreds of millions of gallons.
42,860 oil spills in the 20-year time period from 1980 to 2000. So
that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, we're just dumping tons and tons of gas in there, in the waters. And actually there was one the other day in Atwater Village in Los Angeles. We're in Los Angeles.
Is that
yeah. 10,000 gallons just spilled onto the streets.
This is just a pipe burst out of nowhere?
Yeah,
just
it was a
randomly?
pipe burst. It's pretty crazy, but
well,
with
it's ridiculous.
With this algae oil, we can get the price of gas down below $2 a gallon.
So $4 to $2. That's a good savings.
Yeah. I mean, so with people saving $2 a gallon, if they're driving, I read that the average was like 500 gallons, I believe, per car per year.
Per car per year.
And so, I mean, you're saving $1,000 every year. And what would you do with an extra $1,000?
Probably go on a trip or invest in. I mean, I could do a lot. What could you guys do with it?
Both of those are great options, but I'm sure you can think of a lot more.
Yeah. Endless opportunity with $1,000.
And the scientists are also projecting that they can get that cost. It's currently below $2. They can get it down to $1.
Yeah, just as with anything that comes out, it's going to cost a little bit more, and you figure out manufacturing and everything and change.
They can get more efficient as time goes on. Yeah, it's really cool stuff. And you can find more about that stuff on our websites. We'll drop that line again later.
There'll be a lot of links on there where you can get the real facts and.
Yeah, I see the real problem though is we have all this talk of cars using too much gas, but really it's cargo ships. There are 90,000 cargo ships roaming the earth, and
that's a lot.
I didn't realize
there was that many.
Yeah, and they're running through about 230 billion gallons a year.
That's nowhere near as much as cars use.
It's way more than cars use. Yeah.
No, that's not. Well,
yeah. They and also we hear all this talk from politicians about reducing the carbon and drive less and all that stuff. Well, that's a little silly because those 90,000 cargo ships they're producing as much carbon pollution as 4.5 trillion cars. Trillion. With a T.
There's only 6 billion people on the earth, and only one person can drive a car at a time.
So that would mean that
It's not even close.
everyone would have to have
Babies
like
and
100 cars.
Yeah.
Each person, including
Yeah,
small
yeah.
children, would have to have 100 cars.
So it's really not the cars; it's the trucks and the cargo ships.
So you're saying if you would like to be green, you'd be better off buying things that are made locally or made within the country and drive as much as you want. And
That-
then you would be far
That's
more
right.
green.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, but buying things locally and don't feel bad about driving because the cargo ships are the big drain on the gasoline and the pollution.
Right. And also the semi trucks.
Oh yeah, they're
produce
hurting
a lot.
a lot too.
I just drove down the freeway the other day, and as one truck shifted its gear, this
Yeah.
is just one shift gear,
Mhm.
I saw just a massive amount of emissions come out of its pipe. And you don't see anything coming from cars, or most cars, 99%
Right.
of cars, nothing comes out of it, or a little bit, you just can't see it.
Right.
If I can see it,
That's a lot.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
And
So I mean,
I don't get it.
we've got 3.5 million trucks, and they're using 20,000 gallons a year.
Mhm.
That's another 70 billion gallons of gas, and those trucks are getting 5 miles to the gallon.
it's a huge waste. We need to figure
That's
something out.
just awful.
And I saw some new trucks that were running off of like natural gas and stuff, but it's just a very minute amount.
Yeah, and that's marginally better, marginally. But there is a solution out there.
Okay.
They're
Talk to me about that.
hybrid airships. Now I know a lot of people haven't heard about these things, but they are awesome. They have huge payloads, and they can carry. They can take off, and we'll get more into this in the other ones, the transportation episode. But
This sounds very.
they can land just straight down, and they only need like a 50-yard runway, 50 foot. I think it was 50 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put the link on
That's
the
pretty
website
impressive.
so
So
that
you
you can
don't
see
need
all
a
this
huge
stuff.
facility to
Right.
house this, or
Well, I mean,
like
the
a
ship is huge, but you don't need
Right.
huge runway spaces.
excess space.
Yeah. So it's just like take off and come down. The payloads are huge. I mean, we could have a ton of hybrid airships floating around, and because, by the way, they're running on a lot of helium.
Okay.
Or is it hydrogen? Whichever one's less
Hydrogen.
flammable.
Hydrogen.
I think it's helium. Yeah. It's helium.
We should probably figure it
Yeah, wow. It'll also be in the link, and they use a tiny amount of gas, and that's just for the takeoff. So
out. Well,
they can transport. We could replace all those cargo ships with airships that
Right, and
don't pollute.
and even at that, I mean, it's not dangerous because it doesn't combust at a low heat. It's what was it, like 1,500 degrees or something?
Yeah.
Until
Oh,
it
that's
actually
crazy
combusts. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
not going to get there.
I mean, if we had the algae oil and we had the airships, the demand for oil goes way down, and prices go down.
Yeah.
And we
And
pollute
all-
less. Everybody saves more money.
Yeah, if shipping
Think
goes
there's,
down,
Oh,
production goes down, then prices of everything goes down. Prices of goods drop.
Yeah,
And
that's
for the
true.
consumer, that means I can buy more goods.
Absolutely, because a lot of that cost of all that gas that the cargo ships are burning through, and the trucks are burning through, all of that gets built into the cost of the goods that we're buying.
And somebody's got to pay for it.
So that's why the goods cost so much more too. So our prices of food goes down, clothes, everything.
Electronics, anything that you can think of, it's going to drop. So we're going to have a better standard of living. Everybody's going to be able to afford more things and be happier.
Right. So it's
So
you would say it's a win-win-win-win-win.
Win-win-win?
I think there's like
80,000.
wins for everyone but oil companies. So,
Nice.
yep. And with that, we will see you next time. Remember to check out our websites. Mine's
Yeah, we're gonna put-
johnnywhitfield.com.
More links on there for actual info. You can check that out at alansather.com.
And we've got all the links there to the numbers that we used and the videos.
So tune in next time for...
we're going to be talking about alternative energy on the next episode of On the Cusp.
Thank you.